I walked into the study and found my sister sitting alone in the dark, staring at a box of old papers. For a second, I thought she'd been crying. Then she saw me and shot up, panic all over her face. "Get out, now! They can't know you're in here." I just stood there, confused. "What's going on?" She didn't answer. That's when I heard footsteps on the stairs, heavy and slow. Her eyes went wide, the most frightened I'd ever seen her. So I did something stupid. I slipped behind the tall bookshelf and held my breath. The door opened and our parents walked in, looking at my sister with these flat, expressionless faces, like finding her sitting alone in the dark was completely normal. My mother's voice was cold. "Have you finished thinking about what you've done?" I pressed my hand over my mouth. My father spoke next. "Just remember, you brought this on yourself. Keep quiet about what we do in this family and you won't have to sit here again." Then he checked his watch. "How much longer?" My sister's voice was barely a whisper. "Another hour." She just sat there, obedient, hollow, like she'd done this 100 times. My chest tightened. This wasn't some argument. This was routine. My mother sighed like she was bored. "None of this would happen if you'd stop threatening to tell people our business." My father added, "You're lucky your teacher came to us first instead of going to anyone official." I couldn't breathe. I'd spent 2 years thinking my sister had just become cold and cruel. I'd never asked her why, because she was always so sharp with me. Then my mother said the thing that made everything collapse into place. "This is exactly why we turned your brother against you." My whole body went cold. My father kept going. "We staged all of it. Told him you'd wrecked his laptop on purpose. Told him you'd lied to his girlfriend about him. Told him you'd been stealing from him for years." Every word was a knife, because I had believed all of it. My mother laughed softly. "It was us the whole time. We just needed you alone, and it worked. Now he'll never listen to a single word you say about us." My sister's voice cracked. "He didn't do anything. Why did you have to take him from me too?" My mother answered like it was obvious. "Because you loved him more than you respected us." Silence. Then my sister whispered, "He was the only friend I had." My father said, "Exactly, and now you have no one." I stepped out from behind the shelf. My parents froze. My mother went white. My father opened his mouth and nothing came out. I didn't look at them. I looked at my sister, who was staring at me like she'd seen a ghost, terrified I'd still be on their side. "How long?" I asked quietly. "Has this been going on?" Her voice broke. 2 years. 2 whole years. I turned to my parents. I wasn't shouting. I didn't have the energy. I just felt hollowed out. "I thought she hated me," I said. "I spent 2 years wondering what I did wrong. What I did to make my own sister despise me." My mother tried. "Sweetheart, you don't understand." I put my hand up and she stopped. I knelt down beside my sister, who was crying now, really crying, and I said the only thing that mattered. "I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere." We left that house within the week, both of us, to our aunt's place across the county, the one relative our parents had also quietly cut out of our lives. I later understood, for the same reason. It took months of untangling the lies, sitting with my sister night after night while she told me the real version of every story I'd been fed. Some nights she'd stop mid-sentence, certain I wouldn't believe her, and I'd have to say it again. "I believe you. I'm not leaving." The hardest part wasn't the anger. It was the grief. 2 years of a sister I could have had, stolen by people who found it easier to divide us than to be the kind of parents you don't have to hide from. She's doing better now. She laughs again. Real laughs. Last week she called me her best friend, and I had to leave the room so she wouldn't see me lose it. They almost pulled it off. They almost made me hate the one person who needed me most, but they made one mistake. They did it in a house with thin walls, and a brother who came home early.